guys, I'm back down in the studio and yeah, it's very early. I'm not sure if you can see the disgusting bags under my eyes, but basically I got up videos to race down here because I'm 3D prototyping today. The print is just heating up now, and sadly it's going to be an 18-hour print. When I've worked in the past, I've not worked in like super detail. I've basically just tried to get the structure like so, because I was going to work over the top of it and put this string work, the detail. So it wasn't necessary for it to be like super high quality. I've since managed to get like quite a good scan, and I want to see if I can print the detail rather than relying solely on having to rework the surface. So basically I'm prototyping today in a much higher quality than I'm used to, and I'm not sure if the print is even capable. So basically this is just another prototype to see if it's possible. I'm printing a circular piece. Actually, it's a scan from before this was painted, of the piece that I was exhibiting last weekend. Yeah, of this piece. Now, there's something that I've been trying to do for a long time, which is make work that doesn't have this frame structure around it. Like so. That's what this is all about. This is also another prototype, but using a completely different method. And right now, it's being a bit neglected. It'll be fine when it's finished. But to come back while my tired brain tries to muddle through what it is I'm trying to say, I've made a scan and then I've digitally manipulated the file to get rid of the frame here and here and here. So basically you're left with just the surface, and I think that's going to aesthetically look absolutely fantastic when it's done. So this is going to be a third scale model or so, and it's going to be between about 25 centimeters in diameter. Yeah, and if this is a success, if the detail that I'm after is there, then I'll go ahead and blow it up to about 3 times that size and manipulate it into 3 or 4 or 5 different files that I can print, and then I will melt them together and bind them somehow later on. So hopefully that solid surface, having been printed in plastic, will have the rigidity to not require a frame, you know, a substrate to hold the thing together. Now that's also what all the welding is about. That's where this is going to come in, and also a new set of pieces where I actually create this subframe out of metal and then create the string on the surface. Now there are 2 different methods that might be appropriate in the future for 2 different types of work, and I guess it's just about developing these techniques in a way to help you in the future produce the type of work that you want. There's a lot of things that I am trying to do at the moment, and having those techniques really opens that up for me. But having spoke for a while now, I think I'm gonna make sure this is printing correctly, and we'll stop back in a few hours, hopefully when the print's in full swing. But like I said, it could be up to an 18-hour day today, and that's why I'm down so early. So you'll be with me the entire way, hopefully, unless this bad boy dies, and yeah, I'll let you know what's going on. Okay then. Okay, update number 1. Print still hasn't actually started because the first time it printed, the printer head caught on the clamp that wasn't the big clamp that was over in this corner, and then it skipped a load of teeth, so basically the belt was completely offset, and then it broke the fan duct, which is this white piece here, which right here, which keeps the entire print cool, and without it basically printing isn't going to happen. This looks like it's working. Just about. Okay, it's yeah, it's working. So it's drawing out the line now. That's basically, I think it's called a brim, don't quote me on that, but it's basically like a line that just goes around first to kind of clean the nozzle and make sure that, yeah, it's working. Interesting. Anyway, hopefully it's going to carry on. Yeah, broke that off. Back to my story. And I thinking, oh, I'm gonna have to print another one out. That's 3 hours wasted already before we even began. I didn't know where the file was anymore, and long story short, I just took a lighter and melted 2 of the bits of plastic that had broke off finally, and stuck it back together, and it seems to be holding at the moment, so fingers crossed it carries on. Up to number 2. 3rd time lucky. Can't really get...
I'm not sure why it's not printing over that back edge. It's kind of upsetting me, but I just tested the leveling and it seems to be fine. Well, I guess we'll let it play out and see what it does this time. See you back in 2 minutes, I expect.
A few moments later.
Okay, it's been 2 more minutes. Well, maybe a few more minutes. What was this, like update number 4? And yeah, it's working. I mean, I think it's working. It seems to be a bit more, yeah, achieving a bit more than the last time. So now it's just printing, again, I keep forgetting the technical terms, but it's like a thing that the print actually sits on, and then what you do is remove it from the bed when it's finished, the bed of the printer, and you can very easily take this material away, so it basically floats on this. Maybe this is the thing that's called a raft, actually. Anyway, it's just another printing technique to get a cleaner print at the end. But now I've thoroughly earned my coffee, so coffee time it is. See you back in a few hours.
Hi everyone, so we are fully 3 hours in, or over, and the print's certainly getting there now. There's a slight hiccup in the middle there. I don't know if you can see this, this patch of tape, but basically some of the bed ripped off, and yeah, usually have to cancel the print, but luckily I managed to patch a few bits of plastic underneath with some super glue and then put a bit of tape over the top, and it seems to have saved it and it started printing on top of that. So hopefully that won't pose too big of a problem. I've got a schematic here using Cura. It's this very common free software for 3D printing, and it like basically gives you a step-by-step guide, and I would say we're about up to here now. So you can see the print is just over this kind of main hole, and that's also where we're getting up to. Actually, it's just underneath the holes. It's a few layers behind where I've just pointed out. But the detail is now starting to be printed. You can see how it's going to build up on the left-hand side first. So when it gets about halfway or just over, we're going to be able to see what it's looking like, and that's when I'll probably check back in with you guys. Yeah, going well. See you later. Hi everyone, so I'm back. It's been several hours since I last saw you. We're now fully 11 hours and 23 minutes in. So yeah, we're getting there. It's looking a bit more full, but I would hazard a guess to say we're only just over halfway, so this is going to be quite a long day. This is looking very built up and nice. You can really see some of the detail there, but the rest is yeah, it's not there yet. There's even some over the back that hasn't really started. You can still see just the infill at the back. Not sure how good that is for you, but yeah, I'll report back in another 5 hours or so, when hopefully we'll be getting towards the end. Fingers crossed. 14 hours. 14 hours. 16 hours and 13 minutes. It's 1:04 in the morning. Still going. 18 hours and 43 minutes. I hope it's done soon. Hey, I feel like we're going full circle. Like, I started out with bags under my eyes. I feel like we're gonna end with bags under my eyes. We're currently on 19 hours and 17 minutes. I guess I'll see you at the end. Very close to the end now. It's on 20 hours and 48 minutes, which is a considerable amount longer than I was expecting, especially when I've been awake for this long. It's currently 5:38 in the morning, so I'm approaching 24 hours solidly awake babysitting this print. I don't imagine I'm going to do this again in such a high quality because yeah, it's probably not necessary, but I'm glad I did this prototyping. I'll check back in hopefully within the next half an hour when it's, I'll check back in in the next half an hour hopefully when it's done. I'm all packed up and ready to go.
I'm well and truly ready for bed. And yeah, see you soon. It's over.
20 hours and 56 minutes. And it looks very nice. But I think it's a little bit late in the day, morning, evening, whatever you call this, to go playing about with this. So I think I'm going to pack up and yeah, and head home, and then tomorrow I'll come back and play around with this. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next week. Goodbye. Okay, I couldn't help myself, but now I'm going home.